Thank you for watching this Hexagon Geospatial e-training module, Surface Generation with ImageStation Automatic Elevations, or ISAE. In this module, you will generate surfaces by using ISAE's feature-based image correlation technique. ISAE records measurements on the ground at a fixed grid interval of every 30 pixels. ISAE also writes these points out to MicroStation Design or DGN files, which can be stereo-edited with ISSD. You can also generate new surfaces using these files with ImageStation DTM collection. These surfaces can be used for the orthorectification process by using ImageStation OrthoPro. First, you'll create the initial project and directory used to save the DGN files. Begin with ISAE running and browse to the existing project you would like to use. In the Project and Models tab, check the Blockwise Matching box. A window containing the model footprints appears next to the ISAE window. Now you'll need to digitize points in the model footprints in order to define the project area. Click in the corners of the area you want to define. Gray lines outlining your selection will appear. Make sure to end in the same footprint you began. Right-click. The models inside the defined area are highlighted. Now, move the ISAE window and select all of the models listed in Selected Models list, and right-click them. Select Properties. Now you'll be selecting the morph file to use with the selected models. The file you use as your morph file should contain geomorphic features, such as break lines and obscure areas, to assist in the point matching process. Choose the morph file to apply to your models. For this project, select the seed3d.dgn file, even though this file is empty. Click OK. Next, you'll decide the settings for the DGN files used for the matching process. Click Out DGN Files in the DGN Assignment Wizard section. Create a folder named DGN, open it, and click Save. This folder is where ISAE will put the DGN files. Make sure Use Model Name is selected, then click OK to close the Design File Naming dialog. If you get a prompt about a model missing an output design file, you'll need to select a seed file used to create the new DGN files. In the prompt, click Yes. Find and select the seed3d.dgn file you used earlier and click Open. This creates an empty output DGN file for each model. Move on to the Elevation Collection Parameters tab. The Elevation Collection Parameters section is used to control the algorithm of the matching process. The parameters used here are dependent on the amount of relief in the project as well as the content of the imagery. You may need to experiment with the parameters to find the best options for your project. For this project, use the following parameters. Choose Mountainous for the Terrain Type field. Leave 15 in the Parallax Bound field and leave the Epipolar Line Distance as 3. Set the Smoothing Filter option to Low. Leave the rest of the options in their default settings. When the morph file you selected earlier has break lines and obscure areas, the Symbology INI file is used to define which features from the morph file serve as the geomorphs. Navigate to the Output Parameters tab. In the Output Parameters tab, you'll determine which surface files are written out to the disk. For now, you'll be writing the points out to a DGN file. Make sure Output Surface Data to Output DGN Files is selected. Check Create DTM Files in DIR. The other directory fields in the Output Surfaces section are optional, but go ahead and select all of them. Although optional, for this project, check Generate Statistics. Now set Height Accuracy to ISAE Computed. This option helps ensure more accurate color coding of the points being written out to the DGN file. You can now move on to the Job Processing tab. Here you will determine what models to add to the queue for processing. Click Add Jobs. Several buttons become active. Select Submit Local. You can click Cancel and close the ISAE while this job is processing. Processing time will vary, but it can take several minutes. As an example, this project will take about 35 minutes to process. Once the job is complete, you can review the results by looking in the folders you designated earlier. The DTMs you created can be used for orthorectification in OrthoPro. The surface points, which were written to the DGN files, are now editable. The raw files, which are in ASCII file format, contain the matched points from the surface and the ISAE used. The Q files are in an ASCII version of the DGN files. Finally, the statistics files show you the statistics of the ground control files compared to the newly generated surfaces. Thank you for watching this e-training module from Hexagon Geospatial. For more e-training, visit hexagongeospatial.com/e-training.